if there are slingers on top of watchtower, they may be shot. There we
The
go.
Musketeer have joined the middle. Most of the units are in the center now. They have no unit on the left flank, and some of them on the right flank, mostly cavalry.
Yeah,
Only
there we go. That's what I said. If slingers are on top of this watchtower, oh, yep. Now the team Musketeer has huge advantage, 42 points, and SUNTZU is forced to push, and it will be very hard to push into pikes. And those are Leonida spikes, so with raised shields, they can resist missile fire very well. But now they have vision. There's barrage incoming, hitting Rosewood quite heavily, though he managed to dodge most of it. Pikes are down, so they should focus on killing pikes. The javelins need to come up and help them, but there are also elephant threat that they need to take care of. So javelins will be a key to victory here, I feel.
yeah.
But the slingers are almost dealt with. Then again, SUNTZU slingers are also weak. But archers are still full HP, so that's no problem for SUNTZU in terms of range units. But they're still down in terms of HP, so their range units need to do uptime DPS. There we go, cavalry snack through the middle of Team SUNTZU. Morhun and Sin are protecting Credo, and the cavalry got stopped pretty much perfectly. Credo just took very little damage, but that exposes him to infantry of Team Musketeer. If Team Musketeer comes in now with elephants and barbarian infantry and pikes, they can capitalize on this huge blob that just got made here. But now cavalry is killed, they can pull back and redeploy, reform, and get a new line. But then again, there are three more cavalry units from attacking from behind. So SUNTZU is pinned down in the center. You need to create a good parameter and defend their range units properly. Yeah, Ravage got a nice charge into javelins. Cavalry, another unit of cavalry got stopped and cut down by Morhun, though Morhun also paid a quite hefty price for it. Now elephants are coming in. They're focused by javelins. One of the elephants is almost dead.
Only one elephant is left. He's on the top of the hill.
Huge charge for Average. He got charged into pikes and into javelins and infantry. Cavalry has also been outmaneuvered, and now it's no longer a threat for the backline. So Team SUNTZU can pull back their range units to safety and deal with the front line that is pretty much dead on side of Musketeer. So it looks like the battle is almost over at this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so looks like Team Musketeer is going middle.
Into the middle. Team SUNTZU is almost completely heading into the middle. The
Yeah,
only
they already spotted each
exception
other.
is KB. KB is the only one with his javelins that is not heading into the middle. Now he turns around. He seems to wait for Jojo. Jojo is going with one unit only to KB to protect him. All other units of SUNTZU except two cavalries are in the center.
And first button Musketeer, so SUNTZU has to attack. Well, they had to either way. But they are waiting and they're just under fire. Morphin is under fire now. He dodged a little bit of that volley. They need to use terrain to their advantage, but it will be very hard because that position up the hill is very good to defend. We see Testudo deployed over slingers to protect those slingers. SUNTZU is trying to hide behind this building over here to prevent slingers from decimating them, which they are doing right now. And it's huge advantage to Musketeer at the very beginning. So hits are traded to left, right and center. Javelins are still pretty much very alive. Credo is almost dead. There we go, Rice Price charged in. Two of his units got routed and heavily cut down, though he will survive and will be able to come back later for another charges. Cure got routed and his unit is low HP now. And cavalry of Team SUNTZU has very hard time getting anywhere. Then again, Team Musketeer has a lot of barbarian infantry, so it's not very effective at stopping charges, so those frontal charges may still work.
On the other side, SUNTZU managed to get two units of Musketeer into fire and pinned them down into the fire, but Musketeer tried to get them out of there by...
Rav now, yeah. Team SUNTZU engaged enemy infantry on the flank, and Rav, that opened the way for Rav to get inside all those juicy range units that he's now routed. Well, one of his units is routed. And Grungy charges are not very good at cutting down well, any units. They're just equipped with wet noodles. But there comes Sin with his Roman infantry. Great charge, straight into a wall. But there were some archers on the way, so yeah, you can forgive him that. And that's Sula cavalry, which is much more effective at cutting down what it's caught by it. And there's like only one very alive units of dogs. Jojo and Kiva are walking in, those archers are trapped, and there's barely anything alive on the side of Naskitira. The Stingers are deployed near the Germanicus so they can hide in Antistudo. Meritus Esports light artillery is deploying over that hill, and that will be in range of those Stingers, and Stingers counter light arty so heavily.
Yes, indeed.
And also that light arty won't be able to really shoot because of friendly fire.
Look at that.
They actually are.
Yep. And the blue team at Ultima Estadante did the that light artillery, so they do not know how to counter. They're running away right now.
Yeah. I think they should just shoot it with Stingers. That works so well. But now it's that light arty is being shot by enemy light arty. They already lost some HP.
And they've got their slingers over there as well.
Yeah, they lost vision on light arty.
Oh, did you just see that?
Yeah, focus fire. There we go.
Yes,
Classic Slingers counter archers combo. And enemy Stingers, I mean Ultimas and Artis Stingers are not doing anything at the moment. They're just running left and right, doing a one shot at a time. Somewhat Slingers, somewhat Javelin, not doing really much damage. Well, missing their focus fire on Stingers.
Precisely, while the light artillery is keeping those
Meritus got vision
away.
now on enemy light arty, and that light arty is now being shot by Stingers, so they either need to run away or deal with those Stingers very quickly. Which is what Ultima Data is trying to do, but they don't have that much DPS anymore.
We've got a Vikid pikeman, a coordinated charge into the pikemen that are Vikid. They cannot stand a chance. And we have just seen a biting turtle formation. This is a formation that they have used in the last battle. This is a formation, not to brag, but was invented by me against Dark Dust when he was using his archers. The Testudo covering those javelins, and then with Wiki they're able to charge. Now look at those men just pouring in, massacring the rest. Oh, looks like the Ultima Estante did not learn their lesson, and their second unit of pikemen is getting slaughtered.
Ultima Estante just failed the charge into Miltiades cavalry, and those Slingers are now being wrecked by both Miltiades and cavalry of Meritus team.
There is no chance, there's no chance. Their failure to defend their skirmishers is gonna be their doom. Their only skirmisher advantage was with the slingers, and now that is gone. And now the red team is taking out, Gene Parasot is taking out their light artillery. This is almost as good as over. Yeah, they could not compose themselves against that assault with Viki that just broke through their lines. They could not recuperate from that. The slingers kept on firing, and the melee fight just broke through. They knew they were losing on the skirmisher battle. They found a weakness, which was the enemy pikemen. Viki and Biting Turtle, boom, they are wiped out. Let's see, it looks like the Emeritus team is deploying in the north, but as well as in the middle. It's hard to tell where they are going to push this time.
Same on the side of Ultima Standarte. They started to deploy across the forest, then they are switching towards the hill, then again forest.
You know, I have noticed the Emeritus team looks like they have practiced very well.
Oh, definitely, they have earned their spot in here in the quarterfinals. Now they're winning 1-0 and they're soon to advance to semifinal if they win the battle, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, looking at their deployment, they're just deploying so quickly that they have obviously had everything planned out. So let's see, the Emeritus is completely isolated themselves onto that hill, but it is high ground, and as we have seen from Star Wars Episode 3, that is a good ground right there.
I would say it's a trap. But wait, the battle froze. Okay, that was just my CPU lag.
Mine too.
So you should really
boy.
hide behind those ships,
Dude,
because
dude.
here it comes. The ninja cap
Yes,
attempt from
indeed, the
Ultimo
ninja
Standarte.
cap to slingers.
Yeah, so what Ultimo Standarte needs to do now is stop that cavalry from coming back, and they have all the tools to do that. They have 6 cavalry versus 3. That cavalry is gonna just charge in and delay the enemy.
Uh-oh.
Okay, they are not preventing cavalry from coming back.
There is no cavalry saving from that one. There are 3 more spears, multi-80 spears, coming into the base. Light artillery, they literally sneaked around the whole thing. Oh my god, I can't believe it. The Emeritus team is forced to retreat.
But those spears need to block
Oh
that
my
incoming cavalry, because Ultimo Standarte cavalry didn't stop all cavalry that was coming back from the side of Meritus. There we go, spears in the front, deploying
25%,
phalanx.
50%, 60%. This is 75%.
Go, first charge, that was very, very small decap.
75%.
Where is the other cavalry?
Oh my god, I can't believe it!
Cavalry's not here.
100%.
Yep. Ninja capped. So that's why you need to scout those.
Oh my god! Oh my god! MVP!
Good job, MVP, yep.
Oh my god, this is way too good! Oh.
Yeah, Dark Abyss charging up the hill. Well, not charging, but rushing up the hill to get that watchtower. But
Same
if there is
thing
Barbarian
over.
cavalry, exactly.
And there is charge!
Surprising left
Oh,
flank,
damn.
reflank. Yep,
That was
Goodbye.
Ooh, man! That's some.
that's Barbarian cavalry for you. Very
Yeah.
good first blood for Ultimo Standarte. But they haven't stacked onto the watchtower, so they don't get full vision, full benefits. And now Bastard caught Sanyover. Sanyover is trying to charge out, but half of his unit is knocked down. And there he comes, Caesar with silence and being just
And
chased by the
friendly
Bastard.
fire.
Yeah, Ultimo
And-
Standarte start kiting, that's what they have to do. They have huge range advantage, so they definitely need to use that. But they are giving up their positions uphill.
But there is a bad news for them, because the blue team has just lost vision in the middle. They have lost their competitive advantage over there. I don't think that was their plan initially.
No,
but
I
they
think
are
they're
kiting.
just going straight to the base. Meritus doesn't care. You want to kite? Pfft, we're just gonna cap your base. You have to come to us.
Exactly. That's what the Emeritus is planning on. But it looks like the blue team.
They just
the
found
hell was
pikes,
their
but
name?
there are just 5 units of javelin, and that pike unit is gone in mere seconds.
Yep.
Then again, Team Ultimo Standarte has slingers. They have light arty, so they can keep decapping quite easily from high range. Then again, there's a good hiding spot that both slingers
there's a
and
good hiding spot.
light arty cannot shoot at. Maybe slingers with focus fire, but they have vision as well. And if they deploy in Testudo, focus fire doesn't do anything.
Exactly. Yep. Emeritus is coming back with a vengeance. They are not stopping. Because here's the thing, you can have all the slingers, all the light artillery you want. Against so many people, you will not be able to decap.
Why ninja cap when you can just YOLO mid rush cap?
Yes! What is the point of that? 75%, 80%.
They need to
They're
decap
slowly
Bastard, he holds
decapping,
the most, but nope.
100%! And it's game over. So SUNTZU team has just captured the east side. They're still holding the flag. They're scouting and they are fully aware of the position.
And that's first blood secured by light arty, so now CA side definitely has to push. I mean, Art of War, they definitely not CA, that's...
Not CA. Team not CA.
What is happening right now? SUNTZU is completely just in one place, and Art of War is surrounding them. If they call them an attack, if they launch a coordinated attack all at the same time and execute it correctly, Team SUNTZU may be in very much trouble. We'll see. It will come down all to execution.
And
they are
they
pulling down
are!
towards the base now.
The pincer is closing. It's almost over. A barrage is going down from the west. There are enemies from the south. They're coming in.
In this scenario, you cannot miss pretty much. But he somehow missed. The dodging was pretty much perfect on the side of SUNTZU. I don't know how the hell that happened. SUNTZU now have realized what's happening. They're pushing towards one side that is not being covered by Art of War anymore, so they are now creating the distance they need to utilize the range advantage. Yeah, there's a javelins versus javelins battle pretty much now. Art of War has 2 javelin player instead of 1 on side of SUNTZU, but the other javelin player is being so stopped by dexterous light arty. He's being slowed down and pinned down. He cannot do anything at the moment. There soon he'll approach heavy infantry of SUNTZU. He may kill Sin, but Kiwi is there supporting Sin. Sin is pulling out one of his units to prevent Pulse from charging in, just in the last possible second, but Pulse didn't find his charge in. Jojo is there to punish him. There we go. Pulse cavalry is pretty much neutralized.
Is too good. SUNTZU's micro is just too good. They're plugging every single gap. They might have slightly lost in the strategy, but that does not change.
Grav Rage comes in from behind. Oh, stopped by caltrops last second caltrops bar. Charge something, I don't know. Let's say it's Josh. Everyone is Josh now.
The archers are now in the javelin range. They have received quite a bit of damage. And without realizing, Mecha has put his back against the javelins, making a mortal mistake, and is now paying for it. But what's this guy? Masterful is hitting behind Jojo and is almost routed their spears. This is a close battle, unless...
Yeah, look at SUNTZU team over there where Morhun is. Yep. They're just sacrificing one unit after one unit after one unit, allowing Morhun to just shoot all the time with this good friendly fire beam. Yeah, that was a very, very good, like, a long setup. The teams were filling out each other, very interesting maneuvers. And then when it started happening, oh, so many things happened. And that was a beautiful spectacle to watch, definitely. Yeah, now since we have both watchtowers, so they no longer need Cure to scout for the middle, they just see everything anyway.
Exactly. Oh, would you look at that? They are taking some heavy hits. Masterful is taking some heavy damage from those archers, while the Art of War is not able to see a single archer. It's still
artillery, yeah. Artillery is definitely proving its worth in this map. They're utilizing it just correctly. And Art of War needs to close the distance between their archers and light artillery, but instead they are increasing the distance. But they need
I think they're baiting them.
Yeah, they're trying to bait them, force that light artillery to go through the middle, and then they will close the gap. But
Art of War.
SUNTZU has the advantage, so it's up to Art of War to attack. Because if they don't attack, they just lose by points at the end.
Yes,
Rav is deployed on the back. Cavalry on Art of War side just cannot compete against Rav Rage, so he's free to be back there and put pressure on them. He's capping the base, getting some points, because I get that 0 XP from custom battle. But yeah, that's putting pressure on Art of War team. They need to react to it. I mean, they have a lot of time to do it, but still.
Yeah.
And they did, they react, they pulled back. And now they have given even more room to maneuver for Team SUNTZU. Art of War team pulled back, and that gave Team SUNTZU just more place to deploy the light arty. Now the light arty is very, very close, and we'll see if Art of War decides to try to capitalize on it.
Oh,
they could go,
like
yeah. They're moving. They're moving against it.
They're taking the bait. They're taking the bait.
Well, at this moment, you have to ask who's baiting whom.
I'm just enjoying all these volley exchanges, man. I'm just enjoying this. This is some wonderful stuff.
Exactly. They haven't seen that coming.
Outrageous misunderstanding of the personal space has finally did him good. That was some big turn.
Yeah, that was a nice charge, but he also pretty much lost his unit. Almost.
It doesn't matter. It's an okay exchange. I mean, you can lose a cavalry. After all, they have done their job already. There's much they need to do.
Spotting and charging, that's their job, and they did exactly that.
You know what? I just can't wait till I can play 3 javelins. I missed playing 3 javelins. I haven't played that in months. And a barrage is going down onto those javelins. It mostly misses, but it still does some
still finds some damage, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's Kiwi got wrecked by that barrage. Not dodge at all.
Man, shame for this spray!
Graf tries to find more charges. He's putting his units, trying to find an angle.
They're trying to win the melee at all costs to push them out because they know this is their last melee units. If they win the melee, there's nothing left to stop them.
Yeah,
in my opinion, what's
Art of War is running out of melee, and Ravage is finding more and more charges into range units. There he comes. Another cavalry unit
one
comes out of the woods and finishes 4. Well, that's quadruple kill, because he kills 4 units with that.
Art of War goes for the cap.
He goes for the cap, but there's light artillery deployed over there. They can decap all they want.
Oh, and those slingers are right above that hill.
That as well. Now it will go down all around that watchtower area. Javelin men of both teams are there firing in on the melee engagements. But Art of War Javelin men are in a very, very huge trouble right now. Dropping those caltrops, trying to slow down Jean Parisot's advance. But there's just too much of units approaching. They need more caltrops.
There are too many, and Jean Prescott's Miltiades will be able to charge them. I don't know why he hasn't. Oh, he doesn't have Viki. That's a Sula. He will have to run really, really fast. Otherwise, he's gonna get captured. Oh, he got hit. Oh boy, Pols has just flanked the Emeritus team and is trying to hit their light artillery, but Magic Pants' Miltiades is not taking that.
He's being there around for quite a while already, and he just cannot fight a charge. It's 1 unit versus those spear units protecting light arty, so there's no way he can find an entrance unless Meritus just screws up completely, which is not going to happen on that level.
Yeah. Looks like Art of War has changed their strategy and is instead going for offensive. They have received enough damage from those slingers at their base. They've decided not to cap, but instead go for the offensive. They did some damage to light cavalry, so light artillery.
They have finally realized that it's not going to work, but I think that's just too late. Look at the advantage that Meritus Esports already has, 200 points almost.
Exactly. It looks like it's a wipeout. It is a
2 units
wipeout.
left, cavalry buried alive and routed infantry unit.
Yep. Last legionaries, their micro was bad, their positioning was bad at that tower.
Paul's coming in for a charge. He's not turning left, but he can't find the charge. And he will get surprised by Jean Parisot phalanx, and that's a cavalry unit gun. And elephants managed to find light artillery position, disrupting them from shooting. Now they need to capitalize on those, on that disruption that those elephants are causing.
Yes, indeed.
But that's last elephant they have. 2 others are dead.
Yep, that is true. And they are being kited. Art of War has won that battle at the tower, but could not capitalize on that disruption that the elephant has created. Only now are they arriving there.
It was too far away.
Uh-oh. Elephant is dead. And now the slingers are attacking the archers because the javelins
but those archers can answer back, and they are fighting damage, they are not dodging.
Yeah, they failed to dodge over there.
Yeah, but that's not enough. Now Barrage comes in, finds some damage, so that's a good trade for Art of War, but the archers don't have enough firepower anymore.
Yeah. They took way too much damage. The slingers are just strong.
Yeah, too good over countered against archers, and they're as well supported by light arty. So Dev Team abandoned protecting those archers. They're worthless anyway. That infantry needs to be in the front line doing something.
Yep, that light combined with the light artillery, there's just nothing they can do.
And yeah, definitely this tournament has proven that even despite all the feedback that we've been providing on how to improve the game is still very, very enjoyable despite it.
Yep. As I said, the design is really good. The design is really good, that's why. The overall design is just so solid that it all rational. It all makes sense. Like in a lot of the games you see, why would you do that? There are a few things like that, such as
and the core concept is just flawless.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, not flawless, but very, very good.
Yeah, exactly. The core concept is very good. It bases itself on history, so it kinda you can relate to that in that way, and the fact that the gameplay itself is just so balanced, like you know you have lost because, well, you lost your mobility advantage. If you can't catch them, of course you can't kill them. So that makes perfect sense. You don't lose because those cheap tricks. Yeah, I feel like that's that. It doesn't rely on those one-trick pony. In fact, the only trick that I've seen is the biting turtle, which did not really secure them victory. Even without it, all the teams would have been able to secure victory.
Oh crap, those... Oh, that's a bad pathing. That's a very bad pathing for those elephants.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's
Uh-oh.
5 or 6 javelin. What the hell? Oh, that
God.
elephant.
Poor elephant.
Goodbye.
But you know, it's
skill,
not exactly
Skilla javelins
like
going in, but they're just
bad move.
too close. Did they deploy caltrops to stop them?
Oh,
Last second caltrops.
Last second caltrops. But still, one of the
Yes,
javelins
they
are
stick a
gone
track.
and they're being shot at.
Yeah, they've gotten way too close to enemy javelins. They sort of have positional advantage, but they just didn't coordinate enough.
Oh!
Yeah, good charge from Mecha, fighting those charges. Barbarian cavalry, that's where it's at. And when you see when barbarian cavalry pulls out versus when Greek cavalry pulls out or tries to and fails, it's a night and day difference. Oh, goodbye, Josh. It was nice knowing you. So we had good charges and good traits found on the side of Art of War, but then Magic Pants has just found himself a dinner. Paul's now slowed them down and he's forcing them to move, approaching him in the studio, so that he's not going to take any damage. That gives time for Divine Rapier. They finally leave archers on their own on Watchtower to keep the vision, but Jean powers don't have snack through, and if this unit finds an engaged melee, and it does, those archers are dead, and there are 2 more full HP Miltiades units approaching. So Art of War had a very good advantage at the beginning, especially thanks to mecha charges with those grungy charges.
Yeah.
But just too many out of their range units got caught out of position.
Exactly. Look at these villages just getting chased by the Magic Pants. Their elephants got caught, and now they're being fired back. It's just bad positioning all around. They have split their team, and then they tried to unite it in the middle. Magic Pants just wedged himself in, and then just annihilated their skirmishers. He did his job very well.
Velasquez crossing with his archers.
First shot.
Alongside Artemis.
Tiberius has just got shot for 20% of his health from the slingers.
Yep, turning his back. Not a really good decision.
Not a good idea. I was expecting more from him. You know, I feel like the Sons of Zeus team is trying to play some mind games with that one light artillery to bring them in. You see, because I can't see any other reason to just bring one.
But at the same time, Zeus is pushing heavily, so SUNTZU can just kite, and why they are not shooting Pelasgus archers, that's a big question. There we go, finally. Bam! Nuked again. Beautiful shots from Morhun.
Heavy nuked. Oh, but he's firing back.
Yep, Morhun uses a charge to dodge most of it, but still gets wrecked.
What kind of range is that? Jesus!
Oh, that's tier 10 barrage plus strain.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, SUNTZU team is still kiting. Jojo will prevent Morgoth and Antimus from catching Morhun's slingers.
SUNTZU is coming in. He's coming in to shoot. He received a volley in the face. Oh, one
It is a
dodge.
Morgoth versus Dexterous fight right now. Spears versus Spears. Kind of equal. Slight advantage Morgoth, but he may get routed. There we go, he got routed.
Yep. And we have a cap going on, a very strong cap.
Yeah, Parthenon and Sin are roaming around trying to find some opening into Pelasgus. And, well, not much else is there, just Pelasgus being protected by a shit ton of spears. SUNTZU needs to decap, they definitely have good positions to do so, but those 100% missile block units are not making it easy for them, which means they have to get in and start fighting. And that one Antimus unit is holding 5 units now in place and has full morale. This Leonidas buffed by...
Rav Rage hits Magenta in the back with his Folksman, and now they're allying though.
SUNTZU got wrecked as well. Hell, SUNTZU got wrecked
by
sling a focus fire. Yeah, but they still need to pull back. The sheer amount of melee units, the multi-addices are coming in.
But guess what? His job, he doesn't need to do anything. His job is not to do damage, but to spread those buffs. Sure, he is getting shot at, but he is doing his job. He's there to give buffs.
The problem is they need to decap. Pardonom is coming in. He'll find a charge into the back of Tiberius. Oh, that's 60% of his health gone. Nuke damage. Yep. Hell, Magenta is now open, in the open, finding a charge into Morhun's slingers. He's about to charge in.
Archers
Morhun is in
got
trouble.
Shot pretty badly. Those slingers need to go down. Sons of Zeus need to do something against those slingers somehow.
Well, yeah, they are trying, definitely. Though Jojo will now catch Magenta's cavalry once he enables phalanx their gun. The problem is, first the cap.
Through.
And
they are pulling through. Yep, they need to decap. They're at 60%, 70%.
Because of this cap, Pardonom needs to find another charge and decap something.
Yep, but Dexteros, he is coming in and hitting that Magenta cavalry in the back. Oh!
Found some decap.
Decap.
Tiberius Maximus Pikes got decapped. I think the Brahmadan unit in the middle got decapped as well. Pelasgos is about to get charged. That's some decap as well.
No,
now they need to decap this Tiberius Pikes. Charging behind.
Like
Not really. But he's in Pike Phalanx, so...
Ooh, SUNTZU has just killed the Hell SUNTZU's. See, I told you it was gonna get.
Wait, SUNTZU!
His infantry. Right now, that's the breaking point. They must prioritize what they are. Who is going to attack who? That is what's gonna declare victory for here. So Cure needs to take out Anthimos right here while still decapping. I don't know what
they need to find an opening to the spikes. Will they find it? Nope. Not on this level. They need to decap, it's very close. There we go, find a decap. Yeah, Ravrage had to sacrifice himself to force Tiberius into Pike Phalanx so that they can decap.
Did you see Pardonom's charge in the back of Tiberius? That was a very good one. Before he could put down those spikes, and boom.
Oh yeah, Sin is now in melee. Tiberius in Phalanx though. Also walking on couch troops, but Sin won't be able to hold against spikes. Not when they're facing the correct way.
See, this is what I'm not understanding. They are shooting Tiberius. Tiberius is not a threat to them right now, but Anthimos over here is a huge threat to them.
That's one unit. They need to take care of it. Dexterous and Anthimos are charging. Will Anthimos get Morhun? No. Now Ravrage and Dexterous are on him. He cannot run away anymore. So he'll probably get down. Judge is approaching as well. Cure decapping Pelasgos. Yeah, but the only thing that Zeus has left is very few archers that are not able to do anything. And SUNTZU has still a lot of slingers, especially Cure.
Wait, did the
and they have the health advantage. If they can just decapping, if they can keep capping for 6 minutes, and they definitely can, they are going to win this battle. The cap is still going quite strong, they need to decap something. It's probably that Tiberius Spike unit that's holding most of it. They just need to go around. Morhun is finding his one slingers. If he just goes a little bit around, he can decap it reliably. But no need to, they already decapped. They find on one bullet to hit him. That was so intense, and it's 10 minutes long already.
That was intense, man, that was intense. That was intense, but Brahmadan does not have the offensive capability to turn that around. And the Tiberius is just defending.
Yeah, Dexterous will find him, charge to him, or not, just baiting him. He's in Pike Phalanx, so he now can be shot.
You know, I think the crux of the problem is Sons of Zeus got baited into
and we just got perfect example of how to deal with pikemen. They're in Find the Shade, you shoot him, you approach, okay, Pike Phalanx, okay, shoot him again, decap him. Oh, he's in Find the Shade again, charge him, and he's dead. That requires a lot of micro. And it's very easy to pull off on the side of pikes, so I don't know if the trade is here, but at least it is there. Then it can no longer be in both phalanx and raise shields, so that's good at least. And that's the last unit of Tiberius going down. Brahmadan is routed, and it's 1-0 to SUNTZU at this point. There we go, both units routed. GG.
Oh, here it comes! 6 multi-80 spears just YOLO rushing through middle. Everybody just rushing to the middle. This is gonna be interesting.
Jojo isn't there on the position to stop them. He's turning his back Oh, barely, that charge didn't hit really. Didn't hit home.
Yep. He turned his back just in time.
Jojo find a
Echo.
charge to seconds Morgan's unit though. Jojo got routed in the
Jojo
middle.
has just been
not good.
routed. The middle is breaking. Sin is sending his infantry to stop them. Ooh.
Ravage is coming. A perfect
Oh,
combo
Jesus
of
Christ! Oh my god,
Scorcher,
look at
yep.
this damage!
Echo is melting and he's still in phalanx.
He can't do anything because
Ravage
he's
and
so down.
Dexterous launching a flanking attack. The Ravage is not protected by any spears, and there are Hell Magenta cavalry roaming around there.
Oh, Hell SUNTZU just got a direct hit.
Pardon is there as well. Pardon fighting Magenta back in in the back of Zeus team, finding a
Jojo
very good charge.
intercepts Antimos. Dexterous just covers the other hole. This is just like
Antimos and Jojo getting equally wrecked. There's Hell SUNTZU there to provide his support with javelins, but now the javelins are focused by enemy slingers and archers.
and the archers are shooting at those slingers. The slingers are managing to dodge, but Pelasgos once again is using the terrain to his advantage to block those slingers. Slingers are going around. Will he be able to dodge it? Nope.
But
It's a direct
Ravage is
hit.
not fighting at all, like that's the problem.
Yup.
Maybe if they can force Tiberius into
Oh.
phalanx and then set that
I-
phalanx aflame with Scorcher, that would be a
Yes.
perfect combo.
But Tiberius is well aware of that. Tiberius is also well known for fighting without his
Dexterous
phalanx
one morale.
down.
Oh, will he hold? He will hold.
Pella got hit pretty badly, but he's still fighting. He's
Oh.
not gonna give this up.
Tiberius
Oh, Ravage
Pikeman
is
got
fighting.
caught out of phalanx, and Ravage will now cut him down. The Hell Magenta is pulling
Yep.
through with his cavalry straight into Moerp and 3 units of Slinger are cure. Their
Now the-
range are so out of position. Dexterous need to turn around and
yes.
stop that cavalry.
Morhun
And
got caught once
Pardon
again.
maybe
but
or his cavalry.
They're holding it. Boom! Pardonum hits Tiberius in the back once again.
Yeah, very good charge, but he'll suffer heavily pull through damage, and
Yeah.
there are all units around to capitalize on it. He needed to
Oh.
decap.
How
They
much
are
of the
timed
cavalry
down
is
now.
coming to charge? There's nothing to protect them. This
Yep.
is gonna be bad. Uh-oh. They
This is
are
SUNTZU
dodging
down
it.
for. Yep. This is SUNTZU down for. Cap is going very, very quick. Pardon can decap, but those slingers
SUNTZU
and
can't
archers
do
are
anything.
pinned down and they're gone.
They got rushed. They needed a lot more control. They got disoriented. They could not take out those skirmishers in time. They were all fighting those Miltiades. They got played by Sons of Zeus. They completely got played by them.
Yep. Oh, they just lost the straight up melee fight at the beginning near that river.
Yep.
Some to due to the positioning, some due to outplays, or just better stats.
Yep.
There it goes. A cap for Sons of Zeus. And it's 1 to
Yes,
1 on
indeed.
Rubicon. And we are going.
1-1.
And we'll They're kiting, Sin is being slowed down, and this is the counter. Javelin Man and Pelasgos Archers are going to slow down that elephant so heavily. Antimos got charged by Cure though, so that's a very good charge. Sin's elephant is just melting from barrage and all the
More-
Javelin fire.
Yep.
And what
Morphin
is
is
trying?
trying
Yeah, Morphin is trying to punish those Javelin. That's what, 30% of damage, 4 men killed.
Exactly.
Hell SUNTZU lost a lot of HP, and that elephant from Sin is still very much alive. And there are no pikes around this time to stop him. And there's another elephant coming.
And we have a scorched earth that has just went down, and now
On
archers
pikes.
are taking out those pikemen.
Yeah. You need to
This
take
is
out those
beautiful.
pikemen slowly and methodically. That's the only
Yep.
way to do it. And meanwhile, they are doing it.
Love it.
Those elephants are causing the disruption.
I
That's
love
what.
what Sun Tzu is doing.
That's what
Look
Art
at
of
this-
War failed to do. Like, Sun Tzu
Yeah.
is properly capitalizing on the havoc wreaked by, spread by elephants.
Oh, and
That
Pardon
covers
just
enough.
charged into Pelasgos, doing some heavy nuke damage, taking out
Oh, yeah.
almost 2 units.
That definitely is going to help. That Pelasgos was the main source of DPS on this Zeus team. Now that Hell SUNTZU's javelins are also down to very, very low health, and Morhun
Yeah.
is still full health with all his 3 archers. If they can keep that advantage and keep it going,
Yep, yep, exactly.
that can definitely win the game for them.
Oh
There comes
my.
Tiberius. Is he in Pike Phalanx? He's not. Is he fighting? He's not as well, but he's divide and conquered. He cannot do shit now, and Kiwi is fighting some very good javelin shot into him if he can hit him actually. But he's still divide and conquer, no ability to put
Yep.
down fikes. That's how deal
Yep.
with them.
That is indeed how you deal with
Yeah.
those. But Cure Spikemen have been routed.
They have done all the job, and Pardon got another very good charge. He's now pulling out, suffering some heavy pull-up damage. Magenta coming in with another charge to punish Pardon. He's not routed though. He's coming in for... I don't know. He's dying.
I don't know.
Jojo got routed. Jojo is so alone right here. Then again,
Yeah.
Tiberius is so alone right here. So they are just trading blows equally along the
Exactly.
along the
They're
map.
winning on one side, SUNTZU's winning on one side, and boom! Another charge and a brilliant
Pardon,
pullout.
oh
This
yeah,
was
60% at least.
Hardenum's pullout game is strong.
Yeah,
This
Cure
guy
holding that
doesn't even
watchtower,
need a-
showing the entire team in the forest. So that forest doesn't give any advantage to Zeus now.
Yep.
Pelasgos still has some good firepower. 30, 21 and 18, that's almost 60. If my math is correct.
Morhun also, although
Yeah,
Morhun's
Morhun
firepower
full
is so
HP.
much higher.
Now they need to capitalize on that firepower because
Yep.
health is dead even right now. The only advantage SUNTZU has is those Morhun's archers, so they need
Yep.
to capitalize on it. And they,
They
we go.
did.
There's the capitalization. Ravage is to stop both Morhun, Hell SUNTZU, and Hell Magenta. Oh, that's and Hell Eco. Oh, not Hell Eco. Oh, there's so many of them.
Dude, they're headed straight towards us.
Yeah, they're pinned down now. There's nowhere more to kite. They're closing in to the edge of the map. And to you as well.
Exactly. Oh,
Magenta
and
finds a
Magenta-
charge, not really that effective. Maybe stopped on caltrops. Yeah, exactly. Ravage is there to cut him down, but those are not spears.
And Magenta has just ulted.
Yeah, looks like the range advantage that Morhun has provided for his team was not enough. Just
Because they lost the melee, they have
exactly,
lost
that's
all
what
their melee units.
that was I was arriving at. Melee matchup when there was already very close. Oh
They
man.
got divided. They got divided
I
indeed.
mean, that's what, tier 6, maybe tier 7 Vici, Veni Vidi and Vici against tier 10 Veni Vidi and Vici. And those buffs make the difference, really make the difference.
That's true.
There we go, Pelasgus is bow rushing to Sin, missing completely. Sin managed to dodge it. So both archers on full health, though there's a clear advantage in terms of health on ranged, on javelins. But battle is very close. I would say slight advantage to SUNTZU. Now they're capitalizing. Tiberius will be routed. Morgoth
Tiberius
very
is
low on
routed.
health.
The melee
Another
is
barrage.
breaking.
Another barrage into Sin. This time hitting.
That is a hit. I guess Sin is now paying for his sins. Sin is not shooting Pelasgos, and Pelasgos almost took out all of Kiwi's javelins. They're almost all dead.
Yeah.
Hell SUNTZU.
He's also dealt a lot of damage to Sin, and Sin is just not firing bad at Pelasgus. Pelasgus is also being
Exactly.
protected by Antima, so they're gonna share the damage if it ever goes there. Ika got routed, but Ravage could actually capitalize quite heavily on it, but he's not doing that. Instead of Pelasgus find some... Oh, that's a flat barrage into Sin. Cannot dodge that. But that's quite amazing how he found a flat barrage in there. Just slight curvature of the terrain allowed him to shoot flat despite Tiberius Pikeman being there.
Yep.
And Sin, now he's barraging Pelasgus.
But with so few men left, he just can't do it.
Being blobbed doesn't work. If you're blobbed, you
Exactly.
cannot flat barrage. And well, he doesn't have much health to work with anyway. Kiwi has been also
Yeah.
wrecked.
So right now,
cannot
SUNTZU
help
has the
Cure
melee
anymore.
advantage. Slight melee advantage, but the range advantage
Possibly.
definitely goes to Pelasgos.
And Zeus is doing the correct thing. They are holding
Yep.
instead
Exactly.
of and allowing Pelasgus to do that. And I'm quite surprised. Like, if we remember Art of War versus SUNTZU, SUNTZU has been doing exactly that, and they have been executing that perfectly, to
Yes.
be honest. Just one unit after one unit, throwing into
Yep.
the melee engagements in choke points, and using the range advantage to their advantage.
Yep.
But this is
on
not
a whole
happening in this battle.
This is whole strategy built around that. They have been using that for a very long time. That's how SUNTZU and I got so good at dodging the archer fire. And Sin has made...
I wouldn't say SUNTZU has been doing good job of dodging the fire.
He can't!
As he is
Poor
almost
guy.
dead now. One morale,
He
3
is
men
almost
left.
dead. He's almost dead, but so is Kiwi, and SUNTZU still has his infantry to buff them up. Kiwi is also almost dead. Like, I'm just so obsessed over the fact that Sin has not been shooting Pelagos, and that might cost them. In fact, that will cost them the whole tournament. I mean, at this point, all they need to do is to just hold this position, and they are holding that position. They're just gonna shoot to death. Those
Yeah, exactly.
aces don't have much chance.
Oh, we see Zeus doing exactly the same thing that SUNTZU has been doing versus Art of War team.
Yep.
Throwing in one unit after another. As one unit dies, another one comes in. Ravage found a charge into Pelasgus, but that's nowhere close.
Nope. Too late. Too little. Too late.
Yeah,
Too
exactly.
little. Too late.
They just disrespected the value that range units bring into the game.
Yeah.
That just
I think
feels like
that's-
it, and the lack of maybe proper psychological preparation. I mean, they have been put under a lot of stress. That's definitely a formidable opponent to be, well,
Yep.
reckoned with. But still, you need that mental preparation.
It was one hell of a show. It really goes to show how important it is to pick your targets.
They have been
javelin-
credited. Hey.
Yay!